Welcome back. I'm sitting here with Clyde Higgs, and he's promised me during the break that he will tell us some secret information about future events that are coming up, and so we can have we all be on the inside track.
Sure.
But I know there's a lot coming, and I know Jenny is your communications director, who's giving us prompts. Has also asked us to talk about some cool events, so we'll get to that. But let's start with news that nobody else maybe knows about.
Well, let me start off with some
Or
news.
would like to know.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll start off with some news I think that people know about, but I think is worthy of kind of a re-mention, if you will. So we talk about the Beltline project. A lot of folks are familiar with the East Side Trail, and so when you went out there this past weekend, you were out there on the East Side. And then we also delivered the West Side segment, which is over 3 miles, and so that stretches from Washington Park all the way down to Adair Park. But one of the things that we are so thankful for at Atlanta Beltline, Inc. and the whole Beltline family is the historic purchase of the land for the South Side Trail. This is game-changing. So Mayor Bottoms, you may remember, made the announcement in March for that historic purchase. So this was a $26 million transaction for us to purchase about 63 acres of land that's ultimately going to connect the East Side Trail of the Beltline to the West Side Trail. That is absolutely game-changing. It is going to truly feel like a Beltline project when you can literally, ride a bike, from Piedmont Park all the way down, and essentially, I call it the smiley face. That's kind of what it looks like. Some people call it the J, but literally from Piedmont Park all the way to Washington Park. That is game-changing. Ultimately, what we're going to do is, and this is some information for your audience, Lou, is that we're going to open that up as an interim hiking trail. We promised to do that within 12 months, and so we're on track for making that happen. But we need to make it safe and secure before we can open that up for walking trails. And then we're in the process of getting some feedback for some federal funds that we went after recently that will help provide some support to actually do the hardscape trail for the Beltline. And it's funny when I talk about the hardscape piece. The New York Times wrote a really interesting article about us some time ago, where they called the Atlanta Beltline a glorified sidewalk, and that was really tongue in cheek. But I'd like to remind people that it's so much more than the trail itself, but it truly is how you connect with communities. It's the economic development, it's the job creation piece, and even we're happy to announce that Art on the Atlanta Beltline has officially launched for this year, and we guarantee you and your audience that they will see some incredible pieces of work there on the Beltline. We're probably going to have 50 to 60 pieces of work along the Beltline, and I encourage people to get out there and check those out.
Are you talking about artwork?
Absolutely, okay. Yeah. So it's going to be various media, so performing arts to sculpture to mural paintings. It's a diversity of things that are out there.
So the southern part that we just talked about, that will complete the 22 miles, right?
That will not complete the 22 miles. So to date, we've delivered about 11 miles of trail to date.
Okay.
So this south side segment is about 4 miles, and so that's ultimately what we have to do when we actually do the hardscape for the Beltline. But we have not delivered the 22 miles yet. But that is the metrics that we're supposed to deliver by 2030.
Macro,
right.
Just a concept, and
right.
So then, we're looking at 2030 as a completion date for
correct.
Paved 22 miles circumference.
Absolutely.
What kind of feedback are you getting from companies that are thinking of relocating near this?
Honestly, some of the feedback, because we work with, and again, one of the things that I must say, so when we talk about the Beltline project and it being delivered, definitely need to recognize all the key partners in the city of Atlanta. So when we talk about it is not only Beltline Inc. that is advancing the project. It's all sorts of partners out there, planning, Invest Atlanta, Public Works, Watershed Management. So we work with lots of people, Path Foundation, the partnership. So that is important that we say that. But companies are coming to us all the time and wanting to be near the Beltline.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Great to have you on the show, Clyde. I appreciate your time coming on, and
Thank you.
we'd definitely like to have you come back on the show from time to time and keep us posted on developments. I'm sure there'll be quite a few developments coming in short order. So congratulations on the outstanding job you've done over there.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate your service to the community.
Thank you so much, Lou.